Oh, none of them are on. It's such a boob.
That would have been a disaster.
Yeah, who wants to do the intro? Should we do like a combined intro? Just why not? Like,
Do
yo,
you wanna
what's
just
up?
do the intro?
Yo, what's up, guys? JD here, Tara Limitless back again.
No, we're not opening the stream. No, we're not doing that.
Oh, okay. The stream has started, by the way. Just then, you know.
Oh my!
Guys,
this is worse than the Aramco thing.
that was, to be fair though, Xavier, that was good though. That was good. Yeah, good
It was
stuff.
funny, but for the wrong reasons. I'm amazed I'm still alive right now. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome
Yeah.
back to GT Sport Group B.
Yeah, Group B.
Round 2 of the championship.
And we have more
Sardegna.
drivers
Exactly,
last
we have more
week.
drivers. Double more drivers.
Double more drivers,
Double the
12 drivers this week. We've got some new drivers. We've got, how are we going to say his name, Xavier? Abyss. We're going to call him Abyss. We've got Abyss here. We've got Pimp Mac. You might remember him from the 24-hour... Yeah, Pimp Mac. We're going to call him Pimp Mac. Pimp Mac. Yeah, Pimp Mac. You might remember him from the 24-hour race. We've got Currently Hans, who is... I thought he was lagging. Is he lagging a little bit, or is that just me?
Lagging a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So who else have we got? Who else has joined? Was T-Toppers here last week? Can't remember. The Scout Dan wasn't here last week, but he was actually supposed to be there, but then couldn't make it. Tom the Bomb. He's also new here as well. Apart from that, I think everyone else here is who was here last week. So yeah, good stuff. 12 drivers. Obviously, we had the we had Jimmy, who Jimmy Wolfie, who won the first race. Ted came a quite glorious second. They had a lovely wheel-to-wheel action across the line, which seems to be happening in every race so far this season. To an extent, even happened yesterday between me and Dutchy. So we'll see if it can happen again here in this race. Oh, it's Kayla. T-Toppers has had a big spin.
Oh, wow.
And almost crashed into Kayla Love there, but he's managed to hold it. So there's some times coming in now. Woody at the moment at the top, then Pimp Back second, then Tom the Bomb. Oh, it's ND just went third actually there. As looking now, Wolfie is on a lap, currently not in the slipstream. So Ted's actually into the pits. Interestingly, did he pick up some damage? He might have done so, Xavier. Unfortunately, we don't have Natty's glorious replay features that he had. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. I can't remember who came third last week. I was trying to think.
I have got absolutely. I think it was.
Was it what is it? Woody? Could have been Woody actually. No, you sure?
Woody?
I think it was Woody.
Wasn't it one of the? Was it ND?
No, ND
I'm
wasn't.
Look at the race results.
Yeah, go and look at the race results. But yeah, just looking at the moment. So Wolfie's gone a second. He's 8 tenths behind Woody. But just remember, that looks like he had that without slipstream. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do with the slipstream there. The man who's currently leading the championship. It is only round 2 though. See who we've got in the chat here. We've got Bon Evil, No Ponerino, Aston, Black Country. Hello guys, welcome to the GD Sport here in Group B. Round number 2 here in Sardegna A, backwards. So it's backwards this time. You may remember Sardegna A from Season 2. That was when we drove it the correct way round. But Xavier, hasn't been a bad track going the backwards way round either. It's not too bad of a track. Quite difficult to find time on. And as we saw, quite a few incidents happening. But that does make for an exciting race as a viewer.
Yes, indeed it does. As a neutral fan watching this, does make for a bit more excitement. We do have cars crashing.
Oh, it's going 3 wide! Yeah, I thought he was going 3 wide there. That could have been very exciting.
Tom the Bomb, Cutlery and Medics getting themselves sorted out before we get to the hard corner of turn 1. It looks like one you can go side by side if it actually turns out to be rather difficult. As Tom the Bomb loses it on the exit, he's going to back off now and save his tyres for a bit, I think. Imagine
turn 1 is like Radiona Rouge. You can go wheel to wheel through there, but only if each car is the most precise of the precise going through that corner. That is what turn 1 is on this track.
And Wolfie obviously comes into this race as the championship leader after beating out his teammate Ted last time out, and the other Forget-Me-Not Nissan. Currently finds himself P3 on the second row of the grid, less than a 10th behind Mac in second place. Still a long way off the Group 1 time, so that is to be expected. This is our second division of GT Sport here at Gavra Racing.
Sorry, I've just forgot to mention that he made a good point in the comments. I will just reiterate that. Yeah, apologise about the late start. We had some connection issues, some people not being able to see other cars, but that is Gran Turismo. If you don't have a perfect connection, then things do mess up. But carry on, Xavier, sorry.
Yeah, so Jimmy currently leading the championship, obviously with 30 points to Ted's 24. Disappointing qualifying session for Ted so far in here. He's only done the 1 minute 38.
He is in the slipstream actually, and
yeah, I was going to say he's in the
lap.
slipstream now and on a lap, so he'll be looking to catapult himself further up the field, I am sure. In the purple and black Forget-Me-Not car comes around the final corner now, does Ted, the Irishman, to the line. What is it going to be for Wolfie's closest championship rival? Coming up to the line now. It is a 1 minute 33.1, puts himself into third and ahead of Wolfie.
4 thousandths, Xavier, behind Pimp Mac. That was very close between those two in terms of time. 4 thousandths. Jimmy did just improve. He is only 600ths now behind Ted. And heavens! That's what I mean about that turn one. It is a deadly corner on this track.
It certainly is.
As
I found out yesterday a little bit.
Look at Michaela Love's livery. That is really nice on that Lexus.
That's very nice.
I love that red and black. That's really nice. And with the Logitech logo on the side as well. I mean, I just top it off. That's very tasty.
Absolutely no Logitech bias here at all. Never let that be said. But it is currently an Irish 1, 2, 3, 4 here. PMP Mac going up into second place. So PMP and Woody, obviously teammates from the Gavra Racing 24-hour race. Yeah, a lot of Irish drivers. Always good to see as Woody actually hits the wall on his most recent qualifying attempt, and he now has damage. He'll have to come back to the pits. But Woody and Mac, obviously teammates from the 24, just to continue what I was saying, managed to finish P4 overall and in class. So we'll see if they can translate some of that pace into the race here today. Looking from the practice session before we had this quali, Woody did seem to be the fastest guy on the track at the moment. From there, and is indeed at the moment 1 minute 32.6 for the young Irishman. Now puts himself on provisional pole with 9.5 minutes left to run. As Ted now goes into P2 and a 1 minute 33.1, still 4 tenths down on Woody though in that lap, and then Ted out of the slipstream as well. So seeing a bit of a difference to yesterday, a lot of the Group B drivers choosing to run their best qualifying laps without the aid of slipstream, which will obviously give you a benefit down the straight, but could hurt you in the corners a little bit with the dirty air. So we've got Ted now running in clear air. Let's go on board with the Irishman as he head into the hairpin for the first time, braking before the left king down into first gear in the Nissan, and then back on the throttle once again as we head down the longest straight on the track.
Gotta say, I do love that section of the hairpin. You really got to sweep that car in left, but also while braking, provides quite a difficult corner in terms of if you brake that slightly a bit too late, you are missing that apex.
Indeed, and braking just after the marshal post on the left-hand side, down into second gear as Ted gets the rear out around the long right-hander. He's 8 tenths down on his lap, so we'll see if Ted can find anything in this final sector. Braking before the 50-meter board now, going into the left-hander, which turns into a flat out.
He's backed out of his lap.
Backed out of the lap.
Yeah,
so
he's
let PMP Matt go through.
Notice Ted revving his car out a lot there. That will drain a lot of fuel in this qualifying session, but he needs to be careful in the race because that will burn a lot of fuel if you do rev out the engines a lot, especially in these cars. Jimmy now, he's on an out lap actually. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him.
Mr. Pimp Mac coming to the line and goes back up onto the front row of the grid. 1 minute 32.9. So the only two cars in the 1 minute 32s being Mac and Woody, I assume for RWT. I assume for or either PMT or BDE racing.
Oh, so it was very loose on the rear there from PMP Mac, but I think Ted is actually trying to get in the slipstream of him. So keep an eye on Ted's lap again now, because he could be now trying to just get this slipstream off of PMP Mac. And he's actually, Ted's gone purple, Xavier. First sector by 3 tenths. Purple in the first sector, goes second in the championship. Ted, he gets almost onto the grass, and PMP Mac smartly moves out the way, doesn't give him the slipstream, but Ted is 3 tenths up, so he might be able to complete the rest of this lap and still get a good lap in here and improve. He needs to take this corner well, Xavier, as he said, just braking between the 100 and the 50 board. He's not done too badly through there. He's clipped the wall, but he's no damage. No damage, though, and he's 3 tenths down. Very deep through that corner. This could be a chance now with 6 minutes left. Could come in for some fresh mediums now. Try and get back out and get in some slipstream again and go for another lap. Because if he does that now, It'll come out right in the way of people. But the two drivers at the moment, Ted and Wolfie, not in the slipstream. However, PMP Mac is in the slipstream of Ted, but Ted might come in. Let's have a look where Woody is.
Oh, Abyss, purple in Sector 2 now in the purple, the all purple Nissan. He makes his way now through the latter stages of the track, takes it flat out through the right-hander now. Could this be a shock provisional pole from the man in his first ever Gavra Racing League race? Into the final couple of corners now, the left, and then finally the right. Gets everything nice and slowed down, nicely turned in on the throttle. Oh, but he's a bit wide there, though, Tiger. The front of the car washing out underneath the immense braking and turning force of the Nissan, and now to the line. What's it going to be for Abyss? It's on the front row, 100th behind Woody. That's a very solid time there from the Brit.
Very, very competitive on this track. I think Jimmy's also improving. He went purple. He's got pole position. What a qualifier we got on our hands here. Pole position is Woody on a lap. He currently is at the moment, but with no slipstream. No slipstream to saying on this lap. So Woody might not be able to improve. 5 minutes 25 left though. They still have time for more laps. Woody has gone purple though in the first sector. Let's see. Abyss is following him. Pit Mac's on an out lap. Ted, what Ted could do here is drop back a little bit and go behind these faster cars, or he can stay behind Alex. But Alex in 10th place, he could be slowed down on his lap. T-Top is into the pits, Xavier.
Look at Dan here, though, Tiger. Dan 4 tenths up on his time and in clear air. Could be a good lap here from the Brit. Recently acquired a new Logitech G29, I believe, in his pursuit of some more performance here in Gavra Racing. He's going to be the next car across the line and will take you through them as they do come across the line. I think Melix Andis is behind him now, so what can Dan do through the final corner? On the power, gets the rear out in the Red Bull Nissan, and now keeps it to the right-hand side of the track for the shortest run to the line. What's it going to be for Dan? Can he improve on 9th? He can. He goes into 6th. Melix Andis will be next across the line, but he's closely followed by Woody. Let's keep an eye on Woody's time here. Can Woody extend his advantage at the front of the field? No, he can't. He's down. Abyss is down on his time as well, and no improvements being made here at the moment, Tiger.
Yeah, Ted's now following behind these guys. Woody might... Oh, Woody's going to back out. So Ted's now going to rely on Metcalf's Alex here to try and improve on his time. Jimmy back into the pits again. He looks like he's going to come in for a fresh set of mediums. As just keep an eye on who's qualifying on which, Xavier. So Abyss actually on the super soft, Xavier. I think that's why he did such a good time. That's why he's in the mix of these top drivers. Everybody else on mediums. T-Toppers has front left wheel and front bumper damage. So he will most likely come into the pit.
He's holding up Ted now as well.
Yeah, the two guys at the back, Tom DeBalm and Currently Hands, both on softs. So I think Ted is going to be able to just get past him.
Yeah, he's been impeded. He's been impeded here.
What is really Alex doing there? That's really bad from him.
Yeah, Melix is up. And there's big contact there.
That's really bad from Meticus Alex there. And that's really ruined Ted's lap. Ted's got enough time though.
I'm sure Ted will be holding his hands up saying, what are you doing there? Because Ted on the lap, Melix is also on the lap, so doesn't have to get out of the way, but he's getting out of the way. No, he's caused a big crash between himself and PMP Mac. Mac is round and has front bumper damage there. After
what is Alex doing there?
Yeah, Melix did not get off the racing line, and Mac coming through.
Someone needs to tell him to move out of the way. That's crazy.
And then Ted is now dropped behind Mac, but I don't think he knows that Pimp will probably pit at the end of this lap.
I'm sure Natty's looking at the stream. Natty, I'm sure you're seeing that. That's it's not very good there from Meticus Alex. Ted into the pits, so he doesn't want to be left out of this slipstream train that's happening here.
Speaking of two others in the slipstream train, Kayla and Abyss now together out on track. Can Abyss go even faster on those super soft tyres? Can have a good slipstream in the run up to the line.
The problem is Wolfie at the moment. The problem is for Wolfie at the moment. Kayla Love improves. The problem is for Wolfie at the moment is he hasn't got any slipstream. So, and he's coming down this main straight, this whole section of track where slipstream is the most key, really, in terms of getting that lap time.
The thing is though, Tiger, neither has Woody, one of his closest rivals, and Pimp Mac now slowing up the field. But here is the thing, we've got 1 minute and 50 seconds left of qualifying to go, so these drivers do need to start getting on with it a little bit. None of them want to lead going on to their flying laps. You could have a bit of a Italy 2019 scenario here.
To be fair, Wolfie now, if these guys are slowing down, they won't be running at full pace here. If these guys are going to slow down and start messing around a little bit, Wolfie is purple in the first sector. That's interesting. No slipstream. He's gone purple, though. But if Wolfie could get slipstream now, or even get slipstream on the next lap, because he's gaining on these guys, then he might be able to get involved. But Ted is currently the leader of this pack. Is he going to slow down and let some of these guys pass? I think that would be wise from him, because at the moment otherwise he's going to not be in the slipstream.
He's not showing any signs of slowing down at the moment. Was Wolfie purple again there? He hasn't come up on our screens. We'll have to wait and see as he comes towards the line now. So Wolfie, that was his best sector 2 time, but not sure if it was purple or not. He's got big traffic in the final sector though. Should be threading the needle perfectly there as he comes around the final corner, gets on the power once again. Does the Irishman now in the run-up to the line, your championship leader, can he extend his advantage at the front of the field in this qualifying session? Yes, he can. It's a 1 minute 32.4.
Proved by a 10th, but let's have a look at what he's done in the first sector. Woody's 2 tenths up, 2 tenths purple. Let's see what Ted can do in the first sector.
Into the hairpin now. It's a good time from Woody at the moment. Let's see what Ted can do, as Tiger was saying. And Ted is also responding 2,000 purple. But he's got Abyss right behind him. Abyss goes for a move on the inside.
What's he doing there?
And that has ruined Ted's lap.
And Abyss now going for the move. Like, what are these drivers doing? It's not racing and qualifying.
And Woody's still 2 tenths up here, Tiger. This could be pole position going the way of the young Irishman, opposed to the slightly older Irishman. Oh,
I don't think that affected Ted's. I don't think that's affected Ted's lap though, too much, because Ted. Oh, Pimp Mac spun. Pimp Mac's had a huge spin. He was purple apparently, and he's going the wrong way down the track.
And here comes Woody to the line, the man who finished 4th for his team in the Le Mans 24 Hour. He finished 3rd last week in this league. Can he put it onto provisional pole? Yes, he can. 600ths of a second. Who can respond now? Abyss still on the lap. It could be good here from the Englishman. Can he snatch victory from the jaws of defeat in the chrome purple Nissan? Can he improve on his time? Yes, he can. He goes fastest. What can Ted do? Can Ted respond?
Ted
no.
hasn't. No,
Ted is out.
No, Ted's out of it.
What can anyone else do? Anyone else on the lap?
I don't think so. Caleb's on the lap. Doesn't improve now. That's unfortunate though for the likes of Ted. He had so many traffic issues, so many people not getting out the way in quali. And there was a lot of issues of traffic just in general throughout that session.
I definitely agree with that analysis. Unfortunate there for Ted. He finds himself down in P5, but Abyss will take pole position for his first ever Gavra Racing GT Sport League race. Very well done to him. I think the stewards might be in contact about that incident with Ted. But he will head the field nonetheless for the charge in towards turn 1. For those of our viewers who don't know, all the drivers who've completed laps and qualifying, these are the tyres they will start on. So Abyss will be starting on the Supersoft, and as we saw yesterday, Tiger, that is not a strategy that was preferred. But let's take you through the grid here then. Abyss in first, Woody second, Wolfie will line up in third, and as we have a look at the grid for the race, I'll try and quickly get the rest of them as well. Season 4, if it loads, it's not going to load, is it?
It's loading.
Still loading. Have you got a lobby glitch here? Oh, something's not right here.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
Are they on the grid for you?
No, I'm still in the thing as well. Currently hands left.
Currently hands lagged out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
unfortunate for him.
No, he will not be able to join back. So PMP Mac 4th, Ted 5th, Dan 6th, Topper 7th, ND 8th, Caleb 9th, Alexander's 10th, and Tom the Bomb will line up last on the grid. Doesn't give you enough time, does it? No, it does not, but we're going to go to 5 or 6 or however many red lights is here in Sardegna A. Italy, round 2 of the championship. Can Abyss...
Abyss has jump start for Abyss.
And he's going to have a penalty that will drop into the back of the grid here.
Oh, what a start from Wolfie! What an amazing start. Dan's into second.
Here comes Dan. Dan as well. Dan on the inside into turn 1. It's going to be contact.
Oh, the scout Dan is taking... Oh, huge damage for Woody. Huge damage.
Woody's been put in the wall by his teammate. Pimp Mac and Woody going wheel to wheel into
Ted on the inside of ND. Oh, ND's back on the inside. Tom the Bomb spun. Tom the Bomb has spun. And now Ted and ND going wheel to wheel now into this high-speed section. ND backs out in the end. But what a start, though, from Dan there. And then Woody, and Pimp Mac crashing into Woody. Woody, he must have, yeah, he's got engine damage as well, Sammy. That is not good for Woody. Huge engine damage for him. And he's going to have to just slug it all the way round the lap now. And Ted right on the back of T-Toppers now as well. As we look now, Dan, he's 3 tenths behind Wolfie. He might not look for the move here down into the hairpin, but what a start from Dan. What a start from Wolfie. And Pimp Mac crashing into Woody there.
Oh.
Crazy start from these guys.
And Mac having a look at Dan already. He's hungry. He smells blood in the water. Switches it to the inside line now. Going into the right-hander and gets the move done on Dan in the black Nissan. Can he get past Wolfie in a similar fashion and hit the lead of this race early on? Wolfie still leads then from PMP Mac in second. Dan in third, T-Toppers fourth, Ted is in fifth after regaining a position on the opening lap, but it's still Wolfie who leads around the final corner, but he's fallen out of shape, and that could be Mac's chance going down the main straight into turn 1, but I think Wolfie also checked up Mac there as he's losing time now despite being in the slipstream. He's going to go for a move into turn 1. We know how risky a manoeuvre here is, you know how bad the dirty air can be as well. Into turn 1, Mac's looking for it on the inside,
that was
but
close.
Mac's out of it at the last possible
Dan might go for the move. Dan has gone for the move. Oh, no, he hasn't. He backed out in the end. T-Toppers then looked for the move on Dan, and he might look for the move here on Dan. Dan got a little bit on the grass. T-Toppers now, will he look to the inside here? No, he isn't going to go for the move there at the moment. It's now Ted is right on the back of him here. Can Ted go down the inside here? He's going to try and do what I did yesterday. Contact. Oh, T-Toppers crashing into him there. What is he doing? Don't think T-Toppers knew he was there.
ND getting caught out under braking by Ted in front, and now Wolfie's still leading this race somehow from Mac in second. Ted maintains position in fifth here, but coming under increased pressure and frustration from the cars around him. ND having a look maybe on the inside of Ted, but backs out of that one. Mac really keeping Jimmy under pressure. He's going to look for a move up the inside like he did to Dan on lap 1. He's going to send one, I think so. He is going to send it on Wolfie.
Oh, he's gone very deep though.
Now Wolfie gets the cut back and keeps his first position, and that puts Mac now under pressure from Dan here.
Yeah, as we look now, as don't let me change camera angle now for some reason.
I can't change camera angle.
Yeah, I can't either. It might fix itself in a minute, but so looking now.
Yeah, if you exit and then press enter again, it should just press
exit the spectator.
Yeah, exit the spectator and go back in again. And so Jimmy then still leading. He's going to go defensive though. Mac maybe looks for a move on the inside. We've got this front pack of about 5 cars now. Dan flirting with danger there on the barrier. Mac's going to send one up the inside of Jimmy.
Has he gone
he's thought about it.
Oh, I thought Ted also went into the back of Thomas there. Oh, Mac's all over the place. Ted's on the grass.
Ted's on the grass there, and he loses a position to ND.
Position to ND
now. Mac and Dan going door to door.
This is good for Jimmy. This is good for Jimmy now. These guys fighting. Because Jimmy's put up a 1.2 second gap. Could any of these guys now try it into the hairpin? Thought ND was going to try there. Mac's wide, and now Dan's going to go past him.
And here comes T-Topper smelling blood in the water. He's going to go for a move on the inside into the high-speed left-hander, is he? No, he tucks back into the slipstream of the black Nissan, but Mac nearly went into the wall, but that could be a chance for NT, but Dan is also
Dan's gone wide, now Mac down the inside again. Here comes T-Toppers on the outside. Huge contact. Mac's got engine damage. Oh dear! Here comes ND on the outside now. Ted's now going to try and go down the inside as well as ND. Now Ted hits into ND. ND goes wide. And what a series of events has just happened there.
That was way too ambitious from ND there, coming off the left-hander into the flat out right. No idea how he thought he was ever going to be able to make that move work, but no damage done there.
Look at the gap Jimmy has now, 3.1 seconds He's out of the slipstream now.
Yeah, I was going to say, crucially here, Tiger, that would have broken the slipstream range. It's going to make it very, very difficult for these drivers behind to make up that deficit. But here comes T-Toppers in the slipstream of Dan. He's going to go for a move down the inside. The Frenchman on the Englishman in the Martini Nissan gets the move done. Beautiful move there, textbook, up into second place.
Yeah, and now Ted it's got past ND. So Ted past ND now. This is chance now. Ted needs to get past Dan and Toppers and just try and pull away if he can. And just hope that these two carry on fighting.
Oh, wow. Although there's contact between Dan and Toppers. Toppers is wide at the hairpin.
Toppers is wide. Here comes Ted. Here comes Ted. Ted's going to go flying through. Ted now on the back of Toppers. Will he look for the move? He's going to go to the outside. It could go three wide. Ted's going to try and go down the inside. He's not going to look for the move. As you look now into the hairpin, and it stays as it is in order. But Ted now up into third place. He's got T-Toppers to contend with. Get past him, Ted, and you can try and catch up to your teammate. As I thought ND was going to look for a move on Dan there, as Ted trying to look for the move. And what a crazy race we've had so far, Xavier.
Yeah, definitely. It's been absolutely insane here. As Ted's going to try and look for a move on T-Toppers, I'm sure, very, very soon. They're losing a huge amount of time here to Jimmy with this battling. As now Ted in the slipstream once again of the Frenchman down the main straight. Going to look for a move to the inside. T-Toppers isn't going to go defensive. Ted on the inside line, then going into turn one. We know how risky a move into this corner can be.
Ted's gone for the move, and he's made it work.
Nice and clean.
Can he defend though from Toppers? He is. He's going to go slightly defensive, puts it in the middle of the track. That's actually quite a good defending there from Ted. And yeah, he keeps the position for now. T-Toppers now right on the back of him. Will he look for a move in? No, he won't. Dan's slightly dropping back from these guys. ND right on the back of him. Then there's a 19-second gap to Abyss behind. So these guys in their own world at the moment. Oh, I thought Toppers was going to look for the move there again on Ted.
And I think Ted there using his many years of real-life go-karting experience here to provide that defense from the attacking T-Toppers. And now Dan looking to the outside on the Frenchman. Can't make anything of it there, though, at the moment. NT has dropped back a long way from this group, 8/10 behind Dan as it stands. But Ted's still leading here, but he's losing time to Wolfie up in front.
Here comes Dan. Dan on the inside of Toppers. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it there. He looked to the inside. Just couldn't make the move work at the moment, though, as he still stays behind.
So the last lap for Wolf was a 1 minute 33.5. For Ted, it was a 33.6. So that gap is not coming down at all. In fact, T-Toppers is having a go, is he? Oh, Ted's out of shape again. This could give T-Toppers a massive run going into turn one. Can he provide instant payback for what Ted did to him just one lap earlier? Lap 5 of 38. Ted weaving to break the slipstream here. Here comes T-Toppers looking for a move for second position in the race. He's not going to go for anything into turn one, is he? That was a bit too far back. But now here comes Dan.
Here comes Dan on the inside. Dan might send it. Dan's going to go for the move on the inside. Goes to Scout Dan. Oh, bit of contact. But they keep it as they are. Ted pulling out a bit of a gap because of that. But Dan right on the rear now of Toppers. And these guys very close together. And Toppers, look at the tyre wear between Toppers and Ted. It's actually, there's a bit of a difference there now, as you can see. And in terms of fuel, Ted's wasted a lot more fuel than these guys behind. So Ted could be in a bit of trouble in terms of when the pit stops come. He's going to have to pit and stay in for a lot longer than these guys in the pits. What he needs to do is get away now out of this slipstream and let these guys battle it out, really.
Both Forget-Me-Not cars running slightly less fuel at the moment than everybody else. But I think they've been in a higher engine mode for the majority of this first stint. Jimmy's trying to build back gap now. If anything, he's the person here who can really relax. Just take the laps in as they come, and treat each corner as it comes, and just try and preserve this lead. He's lapping at a 1 minute 33.3. He was 1.2 seconds quicker than Ted on the last lap. But crucially here, Tycho, I think what we're seeing very similar to yesterday. Woody, who's kind of out of contention now, but he's lapping something like 2 seconds quicker a lap than Wolfie. Needs to close the gap now on these soft tyres. He can still secure a top 5 finish here potentially, but he will need to work with his teammate, although I'm sure the wounds from lap 1, turn 1 will be certainly fresh in the memory of these two drivers.
There's quite a huge gap at the moment. I mean, we're looking at the tyres, they've both gone onto softs, so they're going to try and take those softs quite a long way, which you can do on this track. because the tyre wear is not actually as significant as last week. So we'll see if they're able to do it. The slipstream's still powerful though, to say. Ted had a second gap coming out of turn 1. That gap now up, that gap went down to 5/10 by the end of that straight. You can just see how significant the slipstream is here. And when you're in the slipstream, you can just save so much fuel and just gain so much time on everyone else.
And Jimmy really upping the ante now, 32.9 on the last lap, Ted 33.2. So Wolfie's still lapping faster than his teammate. These two 1-2 in the championship, leading the constructors, having a very strong start to the season so far, but there's still 31 laps to go in this race. It's a very, very long run.
What Ted needs to do now is try and be on the pace of Wolfie out in front. If he can do that, then he will gain a gap on him, because Ted's running in clear air, and he's got this train that he is dragging on behind. Dan and Toppers are starting to fall back a little bit, down 1.2 seconds behind Toppers, sorry, but then ND 1.1 seconds behind Dan. So the moment it's really just a battle here between Ted and Toppers for the moment. Ted though gaining time though every lap, trying to just get out of that slipstream. You can see him there just trying to break it, because he knows how powerful it is. That gap was 9/10 to say when the straight started. It's now down to 5/10 by this corner. It's crazy actually.
When you're in the position that Ted is in right now, you just have to put that out of your mind. You have to accept that the car behind will just be gaining on you down the straights, and you have to try and deal with it, process it. Just keep hitting your targets, keep hitting your lap times, preserve the tyres and the fuel, and just hope that Jimmy up in front makes a mistake or something else that can bring you back into this race for the lead. Oh,
I thought Toppers was going for it there.
Yeah. That's going to compromise his line though off the head, and that will give Ted a bit more breathing room now into this long winding sort of straight thingy that's all flat out until we get to the long right-hander hairpin. As Mac's disconnected, so Mac is out of this race.
Oh.
Mac retires.
He's either disconnected or he's left, one of the two. But Woody's still in it. He's gaining on Abyss here. But the problem is then, Abyss in front is then there's then a 20-second gap to him. So as you said, Woody could do a Dutchie here, and he could still find himself in the top 5 to say, or even higher up than that, because he's running what 31s, 32s. These guys here running in 33s.
So that gap between, in the red there, between Wolfie and Woody stood at about 39-40 seconds. It's now come down to 36. 35.8 now. So it just goes to show how much Woody is pushing. He's finding pace on those soft tyres, but he does need to catch up and pass Abyss in front. He was really starting to struggle now on those super softs. And the last lap, Jimmy responding to Ted's pace, 33.5 for Wolfie, a 33.8 for Ted. Ted though now crucially gaining a second gap back to T Toppers, who's coming under pressure from the Scout Dan. Can he make a move into the hairpin? Toppers takes a very unusual line to the hairpin. He goes in tight and lets the car wash out wide. I obviously feel that that is working better for him.
Ted's starting
to stay out of the dirty
Ted's
air.
starting to gain a lap, sort of get away now from Toppers. So if Ted can gain a significant amount of time through this final sector, which a lot of it is about corners and about precision, if he can gain that time on T Toppers through here, have enough of a gap down that straight, which Ted is actually currently doing, then he can still find himself out of that slipstream range. But he's got to make sure he hits these corners pretty much perfect over T Toppers. At the moment, T Toppers gaining that time back. That slipstream just so powerful to say. It really is. These guys, the only way something can break is if one of them puts themselves into quite a big mistake, or if one of them just has more outright pace than the other. But Toppers' tyre wear is so much worse than Ted's. However, Ted's got less fuel, so it kind of then balances itself back out again. Dan and ND both have around just less than Ted, but still more than T Toppers. So T Toppers at the moment is the person with the most grain on their tyres at this current state. Wolfie, a little bit less tyre wear than Ted, but more fuel. He may be doing a little bit of saving up there, just being able to do that when is in clear air, and he's got a 6.7 second gap over Ted behind there.
And the gap between Wolfie and Woody now down to 34.7 seconds. Woody gained a second on that most recent lap, or just over a second even. So it's still all to play for here in GT Sport Group B Round 2. Coming to you live from the Italian countryside.
Oh, Nanny made a good point there. I didn't even see that. Tom the Bomb has actually got damage to saying he's got front left wheel and front bumper damage. So, unfortunate for him. But he's decided to troop on, which I think is interesting.
So he's going to stay out here. He's coming under pressure from Kayla Love as well in this battle for P8. 28 laps to go. Dan, though, has found himself in third. He goes for a move potentially on
When did
Ted.
Dan get into third?
I have absolutely no idea, but I think T-Toppers must have made a mistake, or maybe Ted made a mistake, because now here comes Dan in the slipstream of Ted, going into Ted when he's gaining, the gap's closing, the gap is open on the left-hand side, but backs out of it, but now Toppers was still flat out through that corner. Ted goes defensive, Dan's going to work it to the outside. Can Toppers find a way past Dan here as well? No, Dan keeps it nice and covered, but now still in the slipstream of the car in front, down through the S's. They're right on board with the scout Dan here. He brakes. Oh, but Ted's checked up even more. And now T-Toppers is looking hungry on the back of this. Dan is going to go for a move up the inside. No, he brakes early and keeps out of trouble there.
He just stays behind for the moment. That hairpin actually, not the best of overtaken. Oh! ND's had a big spin.
ND lit up the rears. No damage done to that car though, luckily for him.
He's still in the slipstream actually as well. He's done well to recover that because he's still in the slipstream. But yeah, as I was saying, the only problem with this track I feel backwards is it does eliminate some overtaking positions which you would have then going forwards. I mean, in terms of overtaking positions, you can count turn 2. I'd say really turn 2 is your best shot at an overtake. Anywhere else, you really have to have a pace advantage. Whereas you going forwards, you could say turn 1 is a good overtaking position. That hairpin that they went through before, where ND had a spin, that would also be an overtaking position. And that final hairpin, which is turn 2, that would also be an overtaking position. So it's interesting this track going backwards, but you've just got to, it's just more difficult overtaking positions rather than them being easier. Here comes Dan,
though. Here comes the scout Dan. Once again, Ted goes defensive. Dan's going to go to the outside line. He's got better drive than the car in front. Oh, there's contact!
Oh, here comes Toppers!
Dan's in the wall and Toppers looking interested now. Once again, on the inside. Can he get the move done?
Here comes Toppers on the inside. He's hit Dan. Oh, Toppers is spun. Here comes ND. He goes 3 wide. I think it's going to go 3 wide. I thought it was. But now Toppers and Dan going wheel to wheel. Oh, Dan got pushed into the wall by Toppers.
No damage, no damage.
This is Ted's break now. This is his chance to just pull out a gap here and gain something on these guys. And that was a bit cheeky from T-Toppers. He's hit Dan. Dan all over the place now. And that's really not helped the scout down. He's running in second place. That could have been one of his first podiums, to saying, of GT Sport. I mean, I know there's lots of laps. It would be his first podium. I know there's a lot of laps left, but I'm disappointed for the scout down. Toppers is wide. Here comes ND.
Doesn't go for a move.
No, but Toppers seems to be struggling a lot. He's really suffering on those tyres, but still sticking with Ted. But remember, what we haven't taken into account here, too, saying Toppers actually on the softs, which is why he's sticking with Ted. But Toppers is going to try and take those softs all the way to the end, but then he has to go onto a set of mediums. He has to use the mediums and then the super softs, or the super softs then the mediums. So this may not actually work out for Toppers.
Tom the Bomb and Medics Sandals into the pit lane. Both with Medics actually, they're picking up heavy engine and front bumper damage. But that gap now between Ted and Wolfie, 10.5 seconds, as all Ted's at the bad exit, and now Toppers on the inside, going into turn 3. This is going to be a ballsy move if he can make it happen, and he can. Ted backing out of it there, realising that it's not worth his time, but he's now going to lose another position to ND, who goes through and up into third position, and that was a horrible run of corners there for Ted, losing 2 positions in one corner. Could he lose a third to Dan at the hairpin?
I honestly don't think that's necessarily bad for Ted. I mean, I know he's lost positions, but think of the fuel he can save now in this slipstream train. He can then conserve now, because if you look at the fuel difference between Toppers, ND, Ted and Dan. Ted has the least fuel by some margin. So if Ted can stick with ND ahead, who's also on the medium tyres, then yeah, but Ted's going to have to come in early. But the undercut, very powerful though, especially with the way the tyres are this season. The undercuts seem to be very powerful on GT Sport.
Yeah, I'd expect to see drivers in about either next lap or within the next 2 laps, essentially. So T-Topper's going to continue on his merry way up in P2 at the moment. ND still running in third, but gaining all the time in the slipstream of the Martini Nissan. These guys lapping in the 1 minute 34s now, and I'm just coming back down here to Woody Tiger. Woody's got engine damage and bumper damage.
Oh no, he's made another he's made a mistake.
Yeah,
somewhere.
That's the end of
Funny we had a replay feature.
Charge. Yeah, if only.
That'll
be the end of Woody's charge now then, so he will not be able to gain that much time back. I think that's going to be consigning himself to P6 as his best possible result.
Ted's light's on. Ted's fuel light is on.
So Ted will probably be in at the end of this lap, and we'll see if he stays out. Maybe use the slipstream to save a bit more fuel.
Has he hit his target? Has he hit the target though?
We'll have to wait and see. A full tank round here is about 14-15 laps. So to go another 15 laps to take you to lap 30, so he should be fine. I mean, 8 laps to the end.
Yeah, he should be actually, yeah.
Oh, but Toppers.
He might be able to save
damage.
now, but Toppers has damage for bumper. He's got bumper in front right. Ted's now got to be careful he doesn't run into him, because Topper's going to be running very slowly.
Wide.
Ted's gone wide. Dan now going to look on him. Yeah, Topper's with front right and front bumper damage on the softs. Surely that's Topper's in as well. Could this be a chance now? Ted come in with Topper's as well. Let's see. Well, he's going to cover his hands, keeps on leaving, joining back. He needs to stop doing that.
Who ducks into the pits?
Ted and Dan have both come in.
Toppers and ND stay out. Crucially here, both
Toppers has stayed out.
Yeah, both packs of drivers here will be benefiting from slipstream off one another, so we'll have to see if the undercut or the overcut seems to be the most powerful strategy here. The fuel starts to go in for Dan, and also for Ted in the BCMR, the BCR Forget-Me-Not racing car. So the fuel's still going in. It's a long fuel stop here for both of these drivers. And Ted is released. Dan is also released.
Oh, that's good for Ted. That's very, very good for Ted. Because Ted now can sit behind Dan and save. This is what he's done. But Dan's putting a full tank. That's why Dan's so close. But Ted now has put in slightly less. I think he may have put maybe about 90-95% in to Saint. So Ted now can just sit behind Dan, save fuel, and then be on the same fuel as Dan. What's happened?
Abyss has nearly crashed into Jimmy there at the
Kayla Love into the pits.
Not too unsurprising there for Kayla. Long stint on those tyres. Woody though, yeah, it's just gone from bad to worse for Woody here really. Ted though pushing Dan along down the back straight. And Dan about 32 seconds behind. But Ted's going to go for a move here actually on Dan. Into the left hand against the move done. Ted goes back up into 4th position. Obviously felt like he was being held up too much behind Dan. And our race leader is in. Wolfie is into the pits. ND goes round again.
ND goes round again. I just don't know whether that... I just still think Ted should have stayed behind. Because he's going to be burning more fuel now than Dan. And he has less fuel in the car.
So then Wolfie, your race leader, into the pit lane.
Toppers in as well, but remember Toppers has got damage.
So Toppers will probably fall a long way behind Ted and Dan. Ted coming around the final corner. Wolfie still in the pits. Wolfie released from the pits. Ted's coming down the main straight now as Ted gained any time on his teammate and championship rival. They're both going to jump T-Toppers here though, as Toppers now just gets released and he is a long way behind.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, because he had damage, remember, as well. He had to repair that damage. That would have cost him time. Maybe Ted feeling that he has more pace than Dan could be the reason.
Yeah, I think so. But look at how much time he's gained on Wolfie. That gap was 12 seconds. It's now just 4.5.
Yeah, it is actually. He's gained a lot of time. I told you that undercut's powerful. The undercut's really strong. Maybe actually Ted going, actually, no, I don't want to be stuck behind you. Let me catch up to my teammate and get away from you, which kind of Ted is actually kind of doing at the moment.
And Ted, he's come out and he said that he feels more comfortable on the softer compounder tyre. Are we going to see that gap start to close down now between the two Irishmen? Are we going to finally get a battle for the lead of this race between these two that will last about half the race? 4.3 seconds separates them now. We'll keep you posted as to their respective lap times.
Wolfie actually
in the pits.
Wolfie actually has less fuel than Ted.
That's a very interesting decision there from Wolfie.
But Dan has more. That could be crucial, though, because Ted now's pulling Dan along. So if Ted's catching up onto Wolfie...
But here's the thing, though. Had Wolfie had filled his tank, I think could have come out behind Ted. Because that gap's come down by about 8 seconds.
Apparently it's about a litre a second? Is it?
Roughly.
Someone needs to get out the way... Someone's right in the way of Wolfie here. Who is that? Yeah, they've ghosted now. They've slowed down. That was Alex.
That was Melixan, yeah.
And that's cost Jimmy That's cost Jimmy a second.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cost Jimmy loads of time.
Alex really needs to move out of the way. He's got blue flags again. Is he going to get out of the way now? Don't know whether he's going to.
This is the thing about traffic, it gets it ebbs and flows. That gap now, down to 2.2 seconds. There's Jimmy, no damage on Wolfie's car. Ted, though, gaining all the time. He's going to be lapping
But Ted's now in the slipstream of Melix Alex.
And this race has been turned on its head completely here. Wolfie had a 12-second gap. When he came into the pits, the gap's now 2.1 seconds. And this pit stop window, if you're Wolfie 907, has gone absolutely terribly.
This is interesting. I don't really know what's happened. Has he just not got the pace on the softs?
Jimmy, he must have made a mistake somewhere on that in-lap. Because he must have made a mistake somewhere on the in-lap, and he's put less fuel in, so he stays ahead of Ted.
I saw someone, I think I flicked to someone in the comments could tell me. I swear I flicked to someone. Oh yeah, that's right. So I flicked to someone, Toussaint, before the pit stop, and I saw someone had rear bumper damage, and it was Wolfie. Wolfie had rear damage. That's why he's had to come into the pits.
And the gap's now 1.8. Ted's gaining on Melix. Melix gets out of the way nicely there. Ted down the inside.
Ted's now in the slipstream of Wolfie.
And now it's a dogfight for the lead between the two Forget-Me-Not BCMR racing cars.
But what Ted and Wolfie need to do here is work together. Even though they are battling for the lead, they need to work together, get out of the slipstream of the Scout Dan first, and then initiate that battle. Otherwise, then they're going to pull Dan into it. Remember, also, to say Dan has considerably more fuel than both of those drivers.
That's ND getting all kinds of out of shape at the hairpin, nearly went off into the barrier. But just a second here to talk about the Scout Dan. What's the race he's having on his return? Running up here in P3, on merit, on pace, and kind of keeping with the cars in front. 1.7 seconds now separates our two leaders.
Dan's out of the slipstream range. He's out of the slipstream range now.
But crucially, he's within the slipstream of Melix Andlis. So that will be tugging him along now as well.
Look at the times compared to what Ted and Jimmy are doing. Jimmy's doing 35s. Ted's only doing... Ted's done a 33 last lap. Why is Jimmy running so slowly?
He's not got any more damage. I think
let's see when we come in. Let's see when we come in this lap. Let's see what the times are. In this lap, 32.3 for Jimmy now. 31.6 for Ted. That's the fastest lap of the session. Here comes Ted MC on fire. Here he comes now, the Forget-Me-Not teammate of Wolfie, and he's absolutely flying at the moment, is Ted. And to say from Ted going from having probably the worst qualifying he could have, and getting caught up in the battle with all of those guys, losing time to Wolfie, is now right back in it. That damage has paid a toll on Wolfie, and Ted right now in it now, and these guys just gaining so much time on Dan, and Dan, I think, is just not going to be able to gain on them.
And Ted was not happy last week in the fashion that he lost the race on the final corner of the final lap.
Alex needs to get out of the way again. He's just right in the way of Dan again. He needs to move, and he has done.
I think he has moved now, but yeah, Ted was not happy about last week's race. Every time he's been with us in private times or stuff, he's not been happy with his performance. He wants his first win in GT Sport, has got more poles than anyone else on this grid in GT Sport Group B. He's now just 1.4 seconds behind his teammate and his first ever win in Gavra Racing. What can Ted do? We've got just over 18 laps left to run in this race. It's gonna get interesting.
It is gonna get interesting. Ted is okay. He's back. He's in the slipstream still. He's gaining time, as you can see. Maybe he's just trying to save a little bit, but he needs to be careful that he doesn't drop too far back from Wolfie. And he is. Yep. So he's sticking with him at the moment. Just needs to make sure he's not dropping too far back.
If these guys do catch up to each other, we do know that they are allowed to race. Oh,
look at ND. No, but ND's on the back of Alex, but then Alex is on the back of Dan. So Alex is almost being just slipstreaming ND, and then that's going to pull ND closer to Dan. So we could have a battle for the final podium as well. Ted dropping back a little bit now from Wolfie again. Is he saving? Yeah,
if he's saving fuel, he needs to stop saving fuel now and start closing that gap to Jimmy. Keep him under pressure. Make sure you're always in his mirrors. Give him something to think about, but he's hit the wall there, has Ted.
What Ted needs to think about is he will still save fuel in the slipstream, whether you're in mode 1 or whether you're in any mode. Just anyone. You will still save fuel in the slipstream if you're in any form of mode. So he needs to just stick with Wolfie now. But the problem is Wolfie's got slightly better tyre wear on all tyres, with fuel nearly exactly the same now. So Ted could just push here, mode 1, just keep in that slipstream of
Jimmy's now
Wolfie.
breaking the slipstream. Jimmy's revealing his true pace here. So there'll be another storming lap from the Irishman. It's a 1:32.2. That's a very solid lap time from him. It's only a 32.8 for Ted. So Ted is just losing time here now. Hand over fifth. Needs to get his mojo back. Get back into the rhythm. Get back into this fight. Because at the moment, Jimmy's going to run away with it. And ND's got Dan. ND passes Dan.
ND's got past Dan. Didn't I tell you about ND again, the slipstream from Alex? Alex caused a lot of trouble in this race.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even though he's not fighting for the lead.
Ted's on the slip.
For a move on Kayla. Kayla, oh, Amber's going to the inside. That's going to cause an accident. And Kayla somehow sweeps around the outside and keeps a position. But now Abyss going for a move into the left-hander. Not going to make a move there, I don't think. Yeah, just sticks behind.
Yeah, these two battling away at the moment. Both right next to each other, but Ted is dropping back again. He's losing time.
3.4 seconds now is the gap. Wolfie repairing the damage to his lead after the first round.
And he's losing, and he's. Oh no, I thought he was losing time to ND, but he's actually just gained about 4-5 tenths on him.
ND and Dan.
Oh, that's why, because Dan and ND are fighting. That's why he lost so much time. It's so difficult to see, like, because you can't see all the gaps, so it's quite difficult to see who's fighting and who's not. It's different from F1 because you can see all the interval gaps.
Yeah, it's easy to just keep an eye on the track map. I'm finding out, really, as long as you know which cars are which will also be helpful.
I need to keep doing that.
GT Sport added that. And so ND and Dan, and here comes ND in the slipstream. Going to look for a move into turn 1. Is he on Dan? Going to stay in the slipstream.
Two battling away. 1. This is the battle for the final podium.
So they'll be moving to the head, is it? No.
So looking at in terms of fuel and tyres, so Ted has slightly more tyre wear than Wolfie, but remember Ted has been on an extra lap than Wolfie on those soft tyres. Both pretty much running at about the same amount of fuel. Ted's actually.
ND nearly sent it.
Oh, Dan's gone a bit wide. Dan's gone a bit wide though, but ND gonna go back into the slipstream. Could this be a move now for these guys? But yeah, as I was saying just quickly, Ted's actually got more fuel now than Wolfie. So this could initiate now Ted if he can keep that up, keep running let more fuel than
Oh,
Wolfie, then he'll be able to guide that back. Oh, he has. He got damage? No, don't damage.
No
Here
damage
comes
to Dan.
ND on the outside. Will Dan go back onto the inside? No, he won't. I can't see the gaps. It's so annoying. I keep on forgetting to look at the track map. Not used to this.
I'm just looking at Wolfie's times here still. So it is, as he comes across the line, it's going to be a 33.2. Yeah, Ted doesn't have the pace. Still slower than Wolfie on the last lap. Speaking of people who are not slow though, here comes Dan looking for a move on
He's
ND.
going for it again.
Wants to go back up into third position. It's going to be a send into the hairpin. If he goes for it, he's later on the brakes. Does not go for a move.
Oh, ND's got
wide.
very deep. Oh,
And
there's a
now
little bit of
Dan.
contact. And as Dan goes past.
Fair enough.
Alright then.
And in the background, you can see Mellet still keeping an eye on this battle, despite being a lap down.
To say.
Yep.
So, do you remember we said Woody could be in contention from a top 5? The gap between him and T-Toppers was 10 seconds, now 6.5 between both of those guys. T-Toppers running mediums, Woody on the soft tyres with considerably less fuel, which is intriguing.
And yeah, Woody here running about 2.4 seconds a lap quicker than T-Toppers, so I'm sure you don't really need to do the maths there. In about 3 laps, Woody will be on the back of the Frenchman.
He will be.
4.2 seconds now between our two leaders. He's just losing time. Doesn't have Jimmy's pace today, it looks like.
No, I think he's just slightly, not by much though, only about a couple of tenths per lap. I'd say, like, it's not marginal, just a few tenths, but it's adding up as you go across the laps. That's why he is gaining the time, but he is still faster than the two behind, and the two behind are battling, so it's not all bad for Ted. He'll still be able to get himself on the podium, but needs to pull something right out the bag here for ND is lifted off, and that's why he's not close enough at the moment. Yes, Kasim. Reminder that George Russell will be starting second on the grid tomorrow. We'll remind everyone that. You know, we'll do every 5 laps, Xavier. Now there will be
Every 5 laps will be an update. Yeah,
there'll be a reminder that George Russell will be starting second on the grid for second on the grid in a Williams. Do you know what it's like, Toussaint? That's like winning a GT Sport race and now for a Romeo. It's just impossible. But it is, though. It is.
Doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. That's what you mean. It just doesn't happen. It's crazy. Rain 90% chance, yeah, because George Russell is the best in the wet now. That is my confirmed. So it used to be Hamilton, but now it's George Russell. Toussaint, he is now best in the wet.
Oh, and
Dan's one wide.
Is Tom the Bomb.
Tom the bomb off.
Well.
But speaking of off, here comes ND. Will he go for the dive bomb of the off? No, he's not going to go for it there.
Will he go for the dive bomb of the off?
I don't know. I was trying to like smoothly put that into ND. Going to try and look for the move on.
We really are back, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Toussaint, Woody gap now 3 seconds and gaining quite aggressively on T-Toppers.
And that last lap, Woody was about 1.3 seconds quicker than T-Toppers, so not quite the pace he was on.
However, Woody running about 2 seconds slower than Wolfie.
This is also extremely true. Yeah, Wolfie's doing a great job at the moment here. 32.7
on that last lap. That was very good.
Yeah.
Did he have any traffic? No, he didn't.
6 tenths down. No, he didn't. He's been clear out.
Oh, ND's got past back down. Wheel to wheel as they go now. Oh, ND backed off. Wait, that was a bit aggressive. That was a bit of aggressive back off, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
I was just about to go down the inside, but I couldn't because they just couldn't.
It's a good thing there wasn't a car behind ND when he did that.
I know.
Oh,
he's at the engine damage.
Oh wow, and that. Well, Dan will be laughing at that because he now has third, more or less wrapped up.
I think I know what happened. Can I explain?
Sure.
So ND outbroke himself in through the corner. ND outbroke himself through the corner and then didn't want to go into the back of Dan, so just careered into the side of the wall, I believe is pretty much what happened. Basically just outbroke himself and lost the car and then tried not to go into Dan, so he went careering into the wall. Now he has engine damage. But, however, Woody could get fourth.
yeah, he could.
He
Because
could.
of that engine damage for ND.
Yes, he could get fourth
Oh,
here.
wow, look at the lead that Wolfie has now. It's
6.6
seconds.
But Ted has 10 seconds to dance. Ted's had 10 seconds to dance. So, at this point, I think these two, if anything really drastically goes wrong, which I hope it doesn't, then these two are in the clear. Dan is in a position to get his first, as we said, his first podium of GD Sport, and he's got 10 seconds ahead, 12 seconds behind, 15 seconds behind now to T Toppers, and so ND is just coming now. Kayla Love is quite far around the lap, so ND I believe will come back out in 6th place. Yeah, what's up?
Seeing the chat here.
No, we can't. There's already been too many crashes. We can't do that. There's been too many crashes.
Well, Tiger, we're back on commentary together for the first time this season.
No, don't do it.
I think it's only fair to the ladies.
There's been a bit of a lull in this race.
You can't believe you stole that from me. That is disgusting.
Look at Woody now. Look at Willie now.
Gentlemen.
There won't be any safety cars, but Woody could go for the Woody dive boom. Here it goes. That is his signature maneuver. Imagine he's like a wrestler and he's got a finishing move. It is the Woody dive boom. Will he look for the move there? No, he can't go right from there. Oh, T Thomas has gone wide. And he's going to go wheel to wheel. Here comes Woody now on the inside. We've got a perfect view of this battle. Here they go now. Is Woody going to try and hold it on the outside? Here he's gone wide. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Oh, there's contact again. Woody squeezed on the inside. No! There's even more contact. Great battle.
Toppers goes back towards the racing line then, but these two fighting over P4 here in this race. Insane stuff to think after Woody would have had that crash.
Two bits of engine damage and he's battling for P4. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Here he goes now to Saint. He's in the slipstream. He's got the DRS open. He's activated the ERS. He's right back. Wouldn't have been, it might as well be. The slipstream means, he's going to go on the inside. Oh my God! Huge damage all over. Look at the damage on the car. Oh my God, what an accident. That's the biggest accident I think I've ever seen in GT Sport. That was huge. Oh my God.
That was actually Verstappen and Hamilton.
Oh
so
my
that was almost a carbon copy. That was almost a carbon copy. What on earth? What happened there?
And to say, that is why you don't go wheel to wheel through turn one. Oh my God, we said there's going to be a bit of a lull in this race, and that has just happened. Incredible, wow.
If only there were safety cars.
That's... Oh my days. Look at the gap style though, very boring. Everyone's over 10 seconds apart from the gap between Wolfie and Ted, which is 7.9. I thought that had gone down.
The biggest gap between... Oh, Melix!
Dan's in. It's at an undercut. Potential undercut. Potential undercut from the Scout Danny. He does have more tyre wear than Ted.
Ted's got his light on though.
Ted's light is on. Is Wolfie's light on?
Yes.
Yes, it is. I think they'll both be in this lap.
Oh, off. Abyss is off.
Abyss is off. Oh, he is.
And damage to the front left.
Front left down bumper damage.
And the man who started on pole, talk about races going from bad to worse, he's about to get lapped here by
Kayla Love's light is on right now.
And he's nearly gone off there at the slow left-hander. But let's see
Toppers
who else
is in.
Toppers
finally made it round the lap. Toppers finally made it round the lap, and he is now currently literally nearly over like 40 seconds behind Woody. That's how slow the engine damage makes you, to say. That is just painful experience.
That is very much insane.
Painful experience. He's dropped so far back as well, because I think Abyss could possibly go past him. He's repairing the damage.
Oh, what? Jimmy's in.
Told you Jimmy would come in. Is Ted stayed out? No. Ted will come in. I can imagine. Yes, he will.
He's just that far behind.
yes, he will. So Ted in as well.
So then Jimmy into the pit box.
Woody's going to come in this lap as well. Woody will be in this lap.
And
Now, it's
Woody's
interesting
in
to
third.
see. Yeah, Woody's in third now, but he's got an 8.6 second gap to Dan. Dan on the super softs. Dan's under fueled as well. I'm intrigued to see where if Woody will come in. Big slide into the final corner. So Wolfie's out already. Ted
still in the pit lane. Dan's coming around the final corner. Ted
Woody's
on
in
pit
now.
exit.
Woody's going to be quite far behind. Now, I'm intrigued to see the comparison between ND and Woody. Where will ND be? No, because Dan will go past now. I want to see where ND will be, because ND's, come around the final corner now? What's Woody doing in the pit lane?
Woody is getting fuel put in the car. ND's on to the main straight and in the slipstream here of the Honda NSX. Woody's still having fuel put in the car. I think ND will get this. It's going to be close. ND does get it. So Woody's on pit exit now.
Oh, Woody's come out behind him. So is Woody in the slipstream now? I can't tell. Woody is in the slipstream. Just. He needs to keep in that if he can.
And ND nearly went into the back of Tom de Bomb there into turn 1 or turn 2.
There we go. So there's the battle now for what is 4th place. Woody could get 4th. What a race that would be from him. What a comeback. Oh, Tom the Bomb. Needs to be careful there.
Got some problems with lapped cars today.
Yeah, lapped cars. People need to be careful under blue flags.
And Kayla into the pit lane with absolutely no fuel left in the tank of that Lexus. Still very nice livery, as you were saying before there, Tiger.
It is. It's really nice. I love that. So mostly everyone on super softs. The only people... Ooh, Tom the Bomber's got both front wheel and front bumper damage. That's why he's been running slowly. He's got quite heavy damage.
That would certainly explain that particular conundrum.
So Abyss now on the soft. So he's on the slightly harder compound than the super soft runners. Everybody from 7th all the way up to 1st place, all running on the super softs.
So realistically, there's only 2 cars out of the 10
I think Dan and ND have made a bit of a mistake.
Here comes Woody on ND into turn 1 in the slipstream. Gonna look for a move. Here is the Irishman on his fellow compatriot. Going into turn 2 now is Woody close. Now to have a go down the inside. He's engaged the dive boom, but not close enough.
ND's run wide though.
ND's wide.
Here comes Woody.
Exit. Here comes Woody 212. He's going to look for a move down the inside. No, he stays behind ND.
But he's got a run. But he was going to go for the move. He's still got the run on him. Will he try into this hairpin? Oh, there's a bit of lag. ND's run deep.
Wide. And Woody's through.
Woody's through. I was hoping there'd be a bit more of a more dramatic overtake than that, but...
Well, if you want big boom explosion... Oh, Dan's very wide there, coming off the exit of the slow left-hander. Has Jimmy led every lap of this race?
Not yet. Yes, kind of. Apart from lap 1, I'd say.
Apart from, like, turn 1?
Apart from turns 1 to 3... I'd say, yes, I think he's led every lap of this race.
Just gone back to have a look at the Woody and T-Top.
Jimmy has gone purple, by the way. So one of these forget-me-not drivers is going to try for fastest lap. What's Ted now?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
No, I've got my controller.
I'm intrigued to know who's going to be quicker on these super soft tyres.
Well, all previous evidence would point to Wolfie as I think that was... Medic was off and in the wall.
Do you want to know the gap between them two on the last lap on the super soft tyres?
2,000.
2,000ths of a second between these two on the last lap on the super softs.
Crucially,
what is intriguing,
still in Wolfie's favour.
Can Woody gain 16 seconds in 7 laps?
That's a bit of an arse. That's over 2 seconds a lap.
But maybe it's like the new Pepperlek, you know what I mean? Like
the new Pepperlek.
Do you remember Pepperlek from USA back in like freshman league?
Yeah, he was on
when
like
he made that like mad stormer. He was done that mad stormer. But to be fair, Zabir, gap's down to 15.8 now.
Yeah, he needs a bit more speed than that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to lie to you, Tyler.
I have faith, you know. Ooh, 16.6 now. Back up to 16.8.
Well, we'll keep an eye on the lap times.
Why does this turn into a golf commentary?
A what commentary?
Golf commentary. And here we have Woody now going into the final corner. Brilliant executed there from Woody. Gap's 15.3 seconds now.
We'll see we'll see the lap times. It's going to be a 1 minute 31.8 for Woody,
which is
about
interestingly
1.6 seconds off.
Which is actually interestingly to say faster by intriguing 2/10 faster than the leader on the last lap.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Wolfie would be too worried about that. He currently has a 40-second advantage.
And Woody currently. A current 2 seconds faster than Dan on the last lap.
Well, 1.8.
Nearly 2 seconds. That gap 14.6 now. It was 16. You said he couldn't do it, but he's doing it.
Well, he needs over 2 seconds a lap. 1.8 still isn't going to cut it, unfortunately. And also Dan's going to have some slipstream here from the lapped car of Abyss.
Dan has more fuel. And more tyre wear.
Have more fuel and more tyre. So, okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that. Could be another track race.
Could come back to it. Who should we talk about? I feel it's been an interesting one because Jimmy's had a very good race, a very good recovery from the damage, which we have no idea still to this time where that came from. Ted had a really unlucky qualifying, but has managed to pull back second place, which is still really good for the team, but he will be disappointed that he has not been able to stick with Wolfie this race.
I mean, like, we talk about Wolfie's race. Apart from that weird damage, which you don't know where it came from, he's had an absolutely faultless drive today. He's led every lap since
nothing
turn
has
1.
Gone wrong for him.
Apart from the damage and the slight scare at the end of the first stint. But yeah, apart from that, an absolutely faultless drive.
And an amazing start as well, to be fair, actually. The start that he got off the line was very good.
It's extremely tasty.
In terms of, like, as I said, Ted's had a good comeback drive. He had that battle, obviously, with the 3 of those guys, the 4 of those guys, sorry, at the start of the race, that bit of that slipstream train. He's managed to pull, 13.9 seconds now to Dan. Dan has had a very good race as well.
Yeah, he has, and now can he hold off? I think he's heard us in the commentary here because he's just gone 5/10 up on his own personal best time through the middle sector.
Apparently.
And, never mind. Oh, he's hit the wall. Never mind. But matching his last lap there, 2:31.8 in a row.
A 32.2 for Ted, a 32.1 for Wolfie, so similar on that lap between both of those.
But still Jimmy extending his advantage.
Intriguing. Does Dan do? Dan did a 32.4, so 2 tenths behind Ted actually, and only 3 tenths behind Wolfie that lap.
But let's see what Woody does. This is the crucial aspect of this. It is a 1:30. Well,
so he gains by 5 tenths. No, I start 5th.
he needs about 4 times. More than 4 times that now.
Close gaps on track.
No, I mean,
Alex and Tom the Bomb.
There's a very interesting battle here for 9th, currently separated by over a minute. About a minute and 14 seconds, between Melisandus and Abyss.
No, they're not. They're right next to each other on track. Oh, but then one of them's going to... Tom the Bomb is actually... Oh, I didn't realise one of them's actually a lap. Oh, Alex has front left and front bumper damage.
Oh, and he gets out of the way of Ted nicely there as well, for the first time this race.
Round of applause everyone for Alex there, actually. Round of applause for actually managing to somehow get out of the way. Round of applause.
And Dan really upping the ante now. He wants his 3rd position. And Wolfie starts at 35 and 38.
You know when Evan joins the chat, you know he means business. He put... he went, and hurry up, man. He went, I've just realised I was... meant to... Oh, he said he realised he was... and he didn't...
He was meant to make a delivery for them, but he didn't.
Come on. You can't get the staff these days, you know. It's just disgusting, you know. you know, the service.
Stop interviewing flipping esports drivers, and start doing some.
Start actually doing some. Start actually doing commentary instead of doing that stuff.
Yano Otmir can wait.
Yeah. Who needs Arno Yano Otmir when you've got the GT Sport Group 2 liveries to do? Exactly.
Alrighty then. So. Ted's still in P2.
Jeez, that was mad from Evan. That's a bit start. Evan, I'd apologise actually for that.
Ouch.
I'd apologise. I just.
Evan is not too happy with Woody.
Evan, I'd apologise for that personally.
I mean, to be fair to Evan, if you want to say something else to Evan, his teammate took him out. So I want to talk to Jack
Evan pit back. Yeah, I would talk to Jack about that because Jack actually took him out. So. Oh yes. Just saying, I forgot. Do you know what it is next week? Nanny just pointed out in the chat. It's sprint race week.
Oh, sprint race time. First one of the season.
Yeah, around the Fuji, which I don't like and you like.
In Group 2 I like it. Everything else
is poo.
Terrible.
Jack's my best friend, not anymore. Yeah, he fully RKO'd Woody into the wall at turn 1.
He
tombstone pile drived him into the and gave him engine damage.
If you haven't seen it, go back to like turn 1 lap 1.
But the one I want to know is the one between Choppers and Woody. That was even worse. Just full on, just like
just pinged him into the wall. But it was actually Hamilton Verstappen version 2.
Yeah, it literally was. You should have seen it. It was an incredible crash. It was like a major. It was an incredible accident.
I don't think I've ever seen that much damage caused by one incident on GT Sport
both front wheel and front bumper damage, rear right and rear bumper damage. The only thing that was intact was his rear left tyre.
And the rear, but even had engine damage to it as well. It was just crazy.
Yeah, Mackers, if you're Pimp Mac, you fully took Woody out in turn 1, just then you know. Like, imagine, like, you just full-on RKO'd him into the wall in turn 1. Like, there was a full sort of...
Full-on RKO.
Yeah, there was. There was a full... Yeah, there was... The turn 1, Kasim, turn 1. Turn 1, lap 1. Full on death. Turn 1 lap 1, full on just RK out of nowhere on his teammate, full on just. And then Woody was like, you know what? I'm gonna see how it is actually doing the RKOing, and then just did it to T-toppers. Xavier, 2 seconds. Gap now 9.4 to Dan.
He's gonna gain 4.5
Dan could make a mistake.
The next 2 laps. I mean, Dan's just on the 33.5. Woody's on a 32.0 as it stands. We'll see what his lap time this is as he crosses the line. Yeah, it's still 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, okay, Evan, you can be quiet now. Okay, no, don't look at the chat. Don't need to look at the chat. Evan, I actually have an excuse. Evan, I actually have an excuse for that. I was actually on the wheel. I was still learning on the wheel, and 2 seconds can actually back me up on that.
Yeah, I can, but I won't.
Not very nice.
The only BCMR driver to lose us a lap in the 24.
Right, okay, well, you can just pipe down, alright, okay.
So, speaking of PCR drivers, Wolfie, lap 37 of 38, he's led 37 laps of the 38, he'll be looking to lead the last one as well as he comes round the final corner for the penultimate time.
So we've got a lot of people watching today, it's very, very good.
We actually have, yeah, we see we bring in the viewers.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, screw you, Nanny. I love Nanny,
I love
really.
Tiger slander, it's my favourite. I like it too,
Oh,
Dan to bottle it on the last lap. Wow, that's a bit
Dan
mean.
Hold his nerve and
the
keep.
Gaps. Oh, hang on, the gap's just come down a lot. Oh, the gap's come down by almost a second just in that sector. But anyway, Jimmy going through the downhill.
Do you know why the gap's come down a lot? Because Woody was in DRS. Or DRS. He was in the DRS. No, he was. It's because I said it like last time on the stream. He was in the slipstream of. Yeah, wow. Woody's got a lot of pace on. He was actually nearly over 2 seconds on that lap.
It's a shame that we didn't get to see. Oh, crash? Kayla stopped at the hairpin.
Kayla's had a big stop.
Not run out of fuel. Oh, that's Abyss though off. Could this be Abyss getting back up into P7? Kayla has stopped. Tom the Bomb is off now.
Tom the Bomb is off.
Yeah. Oh, and Kayla's moving again
Alex
now.
is almost spun.
Oh, Alex is off as well. Okay.
Weird thing Alex is a lap
on the last race.
On Tom the Bomb, but then they're right next to each other. But then Kayla Love is in the middle of these two. But then Abyss is behind Tom the Bomb. No, he isn't.
But put your camera back on Wolf. He's going to come round the final corner in dominant fashion on the front row. Led into lap 1. Led every single lap after that. He won in Lago. He's going to win in Sardegna as well.
Well done, Wolfie. Apparently Kayla Love's controller down. Oh, Ted's in the gravel! Oh, that was close. Oh, Ted's rear went into the gravel there. That was.
Ted nearly throws it all the way. And he's gonna come home.
God, Ted across in second place. Look how close. Look how Dan stuck a wheel into the gravel as well on the final corner. But the Scout Dan, his first podium, comes across the line and takes third place. Woody in fourth. What a comeback drive from Woody. He had 2 bits of engine damage in that race and still finished fourth. Here comes Mr. Endy, former commentator of the Group B Championship last season. And he's going to come across the line and take 5th place. T-Toppers will come across and take 6th. Kayla Love takes 7th. Abyss in 8th. Alex in 9th. Tom the Bomb in 10th place. I believe there will be some big words being said to Mr. Menike's Alex. He was definitely not very clean in that race.
I think it's Melix Andils.
Melix and well, whatever. Still doesn't.
Here comes Toppers with the last car across the line on the lead lap. That's going to round out round 2 of GT Sport Group B for this season. Wolfie takes the win then, Ted second, and Dan completes your podium.
So, as Natty has just pointed out as well, yes, well done to Wolfie, Ted, and Dan for the podium. As Natty's just pointed out, next week is the first sprint race at Fuji, as we said before. Reverse championship order for the sprint race. However the sprint race finishes will determine the grid for the actual race. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And, yeah. Pretty much it, isn't it? I think so.
Yeah, and very well done to all of the drivers who got to the end of that one. Big congratulations to Jimmy taking his 2nd win in a row in this season. Unfortunately, no photo finish, but yeah, it is what it is. By 14 seconds, a dominant victory by Wolfie. But from me, from Tiger, that's going to be thank you to everyone who's watching. I'm going to hand over to him now for the outro.
That's nice outro. Let's go. Finish.
No, very quick. Let's see if we get any donuts. Come on, someone do some donuts.
Someone do donuts. 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 Donuts.
Donuts.
Donuts.
Do donuts.
Donuts. Donuts. Donuts. Donuts. Donuts. Donuts. Donuts. Come on, surely the race winner will do donuts. 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 Donuts.
Yeah, people are going out.
Yes, here come the donuts. 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 Is Scott Dan gonna? Oh, no one's getting the donut. Oh, Tom the Bomb is. Tom the Bomb is trying. He got straight to the wall. Can ND do the donuts?
These cars are actually quite hard to do donuts in.
Can Wolfie do the donuts? Can the race winner do donuts? No, he's just gonna go for a victory lap. No, is he?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yes, there it is.
There we go.
The donuts have ensued. Donuts.
Nice one.
Ted's coming out. Can he do some donuts?
Ted's going to do some donuts with his teammate and indeed brother.
Oh!
He's trying to take Jimmy out.
Alright, let's end the stream now. But yeah.
Alright, cool.
Well done, everyone, guys. Yeah, good stuff. We'll see you all next week.
Bye, guys.